So, I'd like to tell you about a TED Talk that Rosabeth Moss Kanter gave called The 6 Keys to Leading Positive Change. And instead of walking you through how she portrayed that, I'd like to tie it into my own experience. It really spoke to me. I was watching her speak, and she's such a dynamic speaker. The 6 parts were, again, show up, speak up, look up, team up, never give up, and lift others up. And how those really applied to me in my life, in my career. The first, show up. Nothing happens unless you show up. You've got to commit to a course of action, especially if you're trying to guide change within your company, and show up. You've got to put in the effort in order to make change come about. 2, speak up. You can't really be shy, and for a lot of my earlier career, I was. I had some trouble speaking in front of large groups, and I had to get used to doing that because of what I do for a living. I'm in finance, have been in finance for many, many years, and you have to work with or cross-functional teams in order to get your work done. And you can't let everyone else around you speak and control the agenda in your meetings if you really want to affect change. So that's what I had to do. I had to get used to that public speaking and just forcing myself to speak up and harness that change in the room. The third thing, look up. I mean, you've got to be inspired. Something has to inspire you. And I know that a lot of the people that I work with inspire me, and the work that I do inspires me. I actually am the CFO of a hospice and palliative care company in California that has an office in New York, which does clinical care for people that are institutionalized in nursing homes. And being so close to the front line in caring for patients, it is really inspirational. It keeps me coming back over and over every day. So as a leader, you've got to find what inspires you about what you do and what keeps you coming to work every day. Is it just a job, or is it something that you really want to do? The fourth thing is team up. As I said, when you're trying to affect change across a company, you have to work with a lot of cross-functional teams. So I'm the finance guy. I have to work with an operational person. Sometimes I have to work with a clinician or several doctors. I have to work with IT. Bringing all of these people together and speaking their language, figuring out how they like to be spoken to, and figuring out what is the best messaging and how to phrase the best message to be diplomatic in each of those cross-cultural lanes is really important. Because once you can do that, then you can really team up and your teams come together. So the fifth thing, never give up. I can tell you that, there have been many times in my career where I just wanted to flat up give up. It's not worth it. Whatever problem I'm trying to resolve is just not big enough for the hassles that are involved. But, if you go back to number 1, show up. If you just show up, don't ever give up. Just come, walk through that door, no matter how hard it is. That you've won half the battle, and that's been especially important for me. Just never give up, even when it seems darkest. The sixth and final thing is really sharing success, or lift others up. What that means is, there's an old saying that failure is an orphan and success has many fathers. Well, what that means is, everybody wants to take credit, or at least partial credit, when there's a success, and nobody wants to take credit for a failure. But my mantra has been, give credit even where it's not due. Lift others up, have them share in that success, call them out in an email, in a conference call. Make sure that they feel as though that they are part of the solution, and that'll help you immensely down the road. So the TED Talk was 6 Keys to Leading Positive Change by Rosabeth Moss Kanter, and that is how it's applied to me in my career. Thank you.